Why do you cover your basic living expenses with guaranteed lifetime income? Because you take 5 key risks off the table. You take longevity risk off the table because it's a guaranteed paycheck no matter how long you live. You take deflation risk off the table because if you're getting a paycheck and we go into a deflationary environment, it's one of the best things to own in a deflationary environment. There's no market risk, there's no withdrawal rate risk, there's no sequence of returns risk. Okay, but why should I have guaranteed lifetime income? Well, this tells you why. Because the payout rates are so high. Now you're wondering, how can an insurance company, we're in a 1% interest rate world, the 10-year treasury is at 60 basis points, the 30 years at 1.3. We're basically in a 1% interest rate environment. How can an insurance company guarantee 5%, 6%, 8%, 12%, depending on their age? How can they guarantee that for the rest of their life? It sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not too good to be true. Does anybody know the job title of the people who set the payout rates on annuities? They're called actuaries. Do you know what actuaries have to study to become actuaries? They study math and science. What I want you to know is that life insurance and annuities are based in math and science. The reason the payout rates are so high is because every check you get from an insurance company is composed of 3 parts. Part number 1 is principal. That's the orange box. Anybody can give that to you. Part number 2 is interest or investment gain. That's the gray box. Anybody can give that to you. But the third ingredient is the secret sauce that you can only get from a life insurance company. You can't get this from stocks or bonds or real estate or Bitcoin. And it's called mortality credits. And you'll see on the screen, it says longevity credits. I call it mortality credits and paychecks and playchecks. I call it longevity credits in my other book. It's the same thing. It's extra money from the risk pool the older you are and the longer you live. And what math and science says, and what I will prove to all of you right now in less than 5 minutes, is if any of you have a portfolio right now and you do not have any of these mortality or longevity credits, math and science will prove that your portfolio is suboptimal. It's less than what it could or what it should be. And so look, the way it's depicted on the screen is exactly how it works with a SPIA or a DIA. Every check you get is part principal, part interest, and part mortality credits. That's not how it works in an indexed annuity or variable annuity. So let me explain that. Let's say you put $100,000 in either a VA or an indexed annuity and you turn on the income rider. Is it possible the $100,000 will go down to 0? Yeah, at some point it will. Does the income stop? No. What keeps paying the income when there's no money in the bucket? The mortality credits. So all lifetime income annuities pay mortality credits. The older you are, the longer you live, the fewer guarantees, the more of these credits you get paid. Now, look, I've given this presentation thousands of times all over the world. So I know we still have some doubters on the line. You don't believe me. You don't believe in annuities. You think a diversified portfolio will do better for your clients. Well, I'm going to give you a chance to prove me wrong, and I will let you call in Susie Orman, Dave Ramsey, and Ken Fisher to help you. And it's going to be a simple challenge. And if you prove me wrong, you're going to be a hero amongst your peers. So here's the challenge. All you have to do is build a portfolio you think I cannot beat. Oh, you'll never beat this one. We're going to put all the good stocks in there. Yeah, you build that portfolio. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to reach into your portfolio. I'm going to remove some of your bonds. I'm going to replace it with some guaranteed lifetime income from an annuity. You know what that will do to every single one of your portfolios? Every single one of them. It'll lower the risk and increase returns. Now, that's a simple challenge. If I'm wrong, you should be able to prove me wrong just like that. But here's why you can't, and here's why Susie can, and here's why Dave can, and here's why Ken Fisher can. Inside of a portfolio, the way that guaranteed lifetime income functions, it functions like a AAA rated bond with a CCC rated yield with 0 standard deviation. So let's just say for a minute that this is not an annuity. Do not use the A word. You're going to use the B word, the bond word. What if there was a bond out there that in fact was a AAA rated bond with a CCC rated yield with 0 standard deviation? What would that do to your portfolio if you remove some of your bonds and you replaced it with that AAA rated bond with a CCC rated yield with 0 standard deviation? What would that do to every one of your portfolios? It would immediately lower the risk and increase returns. Tommy's not making this stuff up. These are mathematical, scientific, and economic facts.